Hey guys, Zerkaa here and welcome back to my Millwall career mode series. As you can see from the message on the screen, we are now stepping into an interesting part of our series. It is now the January transfer window, so that means that I can now finally make the improvements to my club that you guys have been asking me to make, like I need to get myself a new goalkeeper. I can also I wanted to sell on quite a few of my players so I could get myself a bit of a bigger transfer budget, as I only have, I think it's 1 million, yes, it's on the screen right now, 1,028,000. So I wanted to get myself a bit of a bigger budget so I could try and push on and get myself into the top half of the championship. So I put up quite a few players up for transfer list in a hope that I could sell some of them. So that was the first thing that I did coming into 1st of January, and I thought I would play my first game against Peterborough on the 1st of Jan before even trying to sign any players anyway. And I believe Wood is going back to West Brom from his loan after this game, so I decided to give him a full game just to hope that maybe he could score or something. You never know. I thought Chris Wood might get lucky on this day and finally start scoring some goals on his last day of his loan. And Peterborough obviously aren't the strongest of sides either, so I was hoping we could easily win this game. And Wood picks up the ball on the edge of the area and puts it into the top corner, and that's a nice goal from Chris Wood. And so it just had to happen. He had to score on his final game for Millwall before he went back back to his club at West Brom. And again, Wood picks up the ball and has another shot. Looks like he's pushing for a second goal. Wood picks up the ball again here. And for some reason, Wood was just amazing in this game. Like, he was holding up the ball well. Wood then passed it to Keogh there. Keogh tried to turn but got tackled. But luckily, the tackle fell straight into Wood's path. And Wood slotted it home into the bottom corner to grab his second goal of the game. I think that's his third goal in this series. It's just typical for him to score 2 goals in his final game. And Wood there was then looking like he was actually going to push for a hat-trick. And I think I kind of learned how to play with him. He seems to have a decent... I don't say it's a decent long shot, but he seems to be good from the edge of the box. He seems to be quite lethal. And there we go. He managed to back himself a hat-trick on his final day being at Millwall. And what a great sign out. I mean, I was thinking about... I was in this game and I was like, you know what, I might actually keep him. And then I'd kind of in two minds. I was indecisive whether I should keep him or not, because he hasn't exactly been prolific for me. He hasn't really been anything for me. He's just been a player that comes on in the 70th minute to give Keogh or Wallison a breather. But obviously, I definitely didn't want to buy Chris Wood, but I was kind of contemplating maybe just getting him back on loan, just so I had just to bolster my squad, so I had an extra striker just in case Wallison or Keogh got injured. And actually, from this game, Abdu picked up a bruised shoulder and was out for 5 days. So it's not too bad. As some of you requested, you wanted to see a squad report of my players, so here they are. I don't know if you just saw it there, but Mike Taylor gone down -4, so we desperately need a new goalkeeper. Adam Smith from Tottenham has gone up +4. Robinson hasn't actually changed whatsoever. I guess that's kind of expected from a 30-year-old. Fuentes has actually gone up +2 and is now worth 1 million, so that's been a great signing for us. Rakon has actually gone up +1, Abdu's gone up +2, and Redmond has gone up +3 and it's worth 3.4 million. His acceleration's up to 19 and sprint speed up to 87. Chris Taylor's gone up +3, Bittencourt's gone up +4, and as I said, Bittencourt's amazing, acceleration 92, and he's worth 3.4 million, so we're never going to be able to afford him once his loan finishes. But Wallison has gone up +4 and is now worth 2.8 million. I think we signed him for $750,000. So if I wanted to potentially sell him, I could probably make a 2 million profit, which would be awesome. Obviously great for my transfer budget, but I don't think I want to sell him anyway. As you can see here, Chris Wood hasn't even changed at all. I guess that's expected from someone who hasn't really played that much. And here's a surprise to me. James Henry gone up +5. And I found that kind of surprising because I played Redmond a lot more than I played Henry. So it's kind of weird it's gone up +5. And now we move on to signing off some players. Now, I was recommended to sign this goalkeeper called, I think his name's Fabian Spies. It could be like Spies or Spies, I don't know. But I'm calling Spies for now. You can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Apparently, he is, he's only 59 rated, but apparently he has tons of potential. Like, he can go up to 80. Whether or not that person is actually correct or not is something we'll wait and see. But I'll put an inquiry in for him anyway. The next player I went to search for was Piazon from Chelsea, as a lot of people sign him anywhere in career mode, as you probably know if you watch any other career mode series. And apparently he also has a lot of potential, and he's a left winger that can turn into a great player for the future. And I think that's kind of what we need to do. We need to start building the Millwall team for the future. Because I think it's quite obvious that we're not going to get promoted this season to the Premiership, so we might as well build for next season and start working on improving these players' overall ratings. So obviously then inquired for Piazon as well, and then I went on to look at Raheem Sterling, because a lot of people said to me at the beginning that he instantly goes up really fast, and he was cheap. I think lots of you said that he was worth around between 500,000 and $1 million, or just over $1 million. But unfortunately for me, when I searched for him, it came up that he was worth 6.5 million. He was already 76 rated, so he must have had a good start for Liverpool in this season. And as you see his stats there really quickly, they flashed up. But yeah, we then went on to look for a Chelsea defender. A lot of you recommended as well. I think his name's Nathan Aki. Yeah, because it's got an accent above the E, so I'll say Aki. It might be Ake, I don't know, but I'm going to say Aki for now. If it's wrong, correct me. As you can see here, Leon Trotter returned from his injuries. That's always good, but we obviously got bitten caught at the current moment in time, and I much prefer bitten caught to Trotter. Unfortunately, as much as I love Trotter, then you can see that Chris Wood's loan has actually expired. As I said, he obviously got a hat-trick and then went. But I thought I'd quickly try and put in a loan offer for him in a hope that I could try and get him. But then I saw that I just didn't have the wage budget to even afford him. So unfortunately for me, I couldn't even sign him. We then got some offers for Andy Keogh, 1.2 million. He's valued at 1.1, but Andy Keogh has been an absolute tank for me, and there's no way that I'm selling him whatsoever. He's 26 years old, so he probably hasn't got much potential left in him. I'm not really sure when the potential stops growing. Chelsea then actually replied to my inquiry for Piazon and said they wanted, but I think it's like 845,000 or something they wanted, and obviously I couldn't afford that, so I tried to put in an offer for 500,000 instead, even though I didn't really think they'd accept it, but I thought it was worth a try. Notts County replied for my inquiry for Spires, and they wanted 100,000 for him, and even though he's valued at 240, I thought it'd be cheeky and offer 95,000 instead. I don't know why I did that. And you can see Chelsea replied for my inquiry for Nathan Aki as well, and they said they wanted around 130,000 for him. So that was great, because apparently you guys said that he turns into a great player. We then got some offers for Wallison. Now this is what I wasn't hoping. I was hoping this would never happen, because I didn't want him to be steered away from the club from offers from other clubs. You can see that Real Zaragoza offered 2.9 million for him, but obviously I'm going to reject that anyway. And as you can see, we saw earlier in the series that Middlesbrough got taken over by a new chairman that was apparently really financially wealthy. And I can see there they've started to sign their first player. So Middlesbrough is going to be a team we're going to have to look out for. I don't think they're currently in the top half, but maybe by the end of the season they will be. And if you enjoyed the episode, then please do leave a like. If you have any feedback or opinions to give, then please leave a comment. And I shall see you guys next episode. That's hopefully going to be tomorrow. Goodbye.